One Television Plaza, this is WTAP News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Phyllis Smith. A local behavioral health care provider is offering around-the-clock mobile crisis response. It's aimed at providing substance abuse and mental health treatment where it's needed most. As of July 1st, Westbrook Health Services has expanded its mobile crisis program to provide 24/7 response across 8 counties. The program sends trained crisis specialists directly to people experiencing mental health or substance abuse emergencies, meeting them at their homes, in parking lots, or wherever help is needed. Adult Mobile Crisis Program Director Chelsea Scott says the team is trained to de-escalate situations and connect people with appropriate treatment options, meeting patients where they are and expanding access to other resources.
It decreases the feeling of the pressure of being in an office setting or in a more clinical setting. We can meet people where they're comfortable and try to get them what they need and what they want.
The mobile crisis team works closely with law enforcement, offering an alternative to jail time or involuntary hospitalization for people in crisis. The team responds to about 10 calls per week and can be reached through a 24/7 crisis line at 304-485-1725, which also accepts text messages. The program requires consent from those in crisis and emphasizes keeping people out of hospitals and emergency rooms when possible. Turning to the weather, the rain keeps on coming. Meteorologist Jason Livia joins us now with a look at your first alert forecast. Jason.
Well, Phyllis, the rain has just been off and on throughout the day today, and we're approaching, have been going through another on period. We're looking out over Highmark, Skycam on Parkersburg. It's got a little bit of rain coming through the Ohio and Washington County area. Right now, looking at those upper 70s at the moment. Still feels those low 80s, though, because of humidity at around 80%. We are still seeing some showers and a kind of heavy downpour approaching the Belpre and Vienna area this afternoon. We'll still see showers throughout the evening. We have a flood watch still in effect until about 2 in the morning this evening, but that could be extended into Saturday and Sunday. Our low for tonight, right around 69 degrees. Stray showers possible throughout most of the evening and overnight hours, but we'll still look at plenty of rain to come. Saturday and Sunday are both still first alert weather days for that increased flooding chance, and I'll have more on those days coming up in my full forecast later on. So for now, Phyllis, back to you.
Thank you, Jason. A local child advocacy center opened the doors to a new space to help children in the Mid-Ohio Valley. North Star Child Advocacy Center celebrated its grand opening of the new expanded space today. The agency bought the new space with money from several grants. The expanded space will be used for administration offices. The grand opening was an opportunity for people to come in and check it out. Executive Director Greg Collins and Board President Janelle Sievers said they had a great turnout.
It's always our goal to educate and introduce people to what we do. Whether they're, most of the time, all of the time, they're compelled to support us in some way and without us asking. So all you have to do is know what we do, who we do it for, and come and see where it's done, and it creates its own. It creates its own funding.
Yeah.
The new space is in the same building as North Star. It is on the 2nd floor of the building. A store in Ritchie County gives you a chance to take a step back in time. Burdine's Five and Dime first opened its doors back in 1908 in Harrisville. The Six family has owned America's oldest Five and Dime since 1983. Visitors can find many unique items of all sizes. Our Logan Riggenbaugh visited this piece of history and joins us in the studio with more for our This Is Home feature. Logan.
Burdine's Five and Dime store has been making memories since 1908. The store is America's oldest Five and Dime store still in operation. It's located on Court Street in Harrisville and open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. One worker that I spoke with says she has seen customers come in strollers and come back years later with their own children.
This is Home, sponsored by A1 Heating and Cooling and TB Dentistry.
Burdine's Five and Dime store opened in Harrisville in 1908 by Kit Carson Burdine and his brother Lafayette. The store featured items such as kitchenware, glassware, candy, toys, and much more. According to manager Karen Harper, the store was passed on to KC's son, Fred Burdine, in the mid-1950s. Karen worked with him for 2 years before he retired. She says Fred was an amazing man to work for.
He was a fantastic man. He was generous. Kids always left with something, even one little piece of candy when they came in, or something special. When I came here, him and his wife would bring me lunch back up. When he went to lunch, he'd bring me a hot lunch back.
Fred ran the store for roughly 30 years. According to Karen, towards the end of Fred's ownership, the store had very little product and few customers. In 1983, Fred sold Burdine's to the store's current owner, Dean Six. Karen says Dean bought the store to prevent it from going out of business.
He just continues to want it to be here for joy and history. It's just keep the past, because the past is special. People could come in here and reminisce and tell stories and share memories and show their grandkids things they wouldn't see somewhere else that they used to play with when they were kids or purchase for a penny. And that's what makes it fun.
On a normal day, Burdine sees 30 to 50 customers each day. If it's a holiday, they could see up to 200 customers. Some of these customers come from various places such as Georgia, Indiana, and even Germany and Australia. Karen didn't realize how special Burdine's was until she spoke to visitors.
I don't think I realized that it's a big deal, but people come in and they're so fascinated. And they come in because it's a memory or something they've never seen. We're actually in the history books in West Virginia now, which surprised me.
The store has been open for 117 years and has had multiple anniversary celebrations. Fred Burdine had custom plates made, and Dean Six made glasses with the store's logo. There is one of each still displayed within the store. Karen believes it's important to preserve Burdine's legacy for future generations.
I guess it is important, and just history is important to go back. So it's a joy to me. I've seen kids come in strollers since I've been here this long, and I see them now bringing their kids in strollers. That makes my heart happy.
The store will celebrate 125 years in 2033. Karen believes Dean will do something special for that anniversary. She is excited to see what's in store for Burdine's.
The fact that Burdine's remains and can survive in this day and age in a small little building tucked out in the corner of nowhere, and it's still a place people travel to. It makes it an adventure for them. And so, yes, I'm excited to be part of it for however long it will be here.
Burdine's moved to its current location in 1915. If you want to visit the Five and Dime, it is located at 106 North Court Street there in Harrisville. For more information about Burdine's Five and Dime, you can visit our website at WTAP.com. That's all I have, Phyllis. Back to you.
Thank you, Logan. Local officials responded to the recent announcement of a girls' flag football championship event being sanctioned by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. On July 17th, the OHSAA released a statement sanctioning girls' flag football. According to the statement, the sport is being backed by both the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. According to the athletic director of Warren High School, Steve Harold, this news was a surprise, and he said there might be an interest for the sport at the high school, with the school's flag football games being very popular. And Harold said the sport could possibly impact other girls' sports in the springs. He believes there could be widespread growth in the sport in Ohio. According to a representative with Youth Empowered NFL Flag Football, Jeff Totten, he said, quote, Youth Empowered NFL Flag Football has encouraged female participation since we began 3 seasons ago. Anytime opportunities can be presented to athletes that allow them to compete in sanctioned events is always a great thing. Still ahead, the West Virginia University Mountaineer made a visit to students in a summer reading program.
Showers continue to pass throughout the region, and more is still to come this weekend.
For today's look at this day in history, we go back to 1921. That's when astronaut and U.S. Senator John Glenn was born in Cambridge, Ohio. Glenn would go on to serve as a pilot for the United States Marine Corps, flying missions in World War II and the Korean War. He was then selected as one of the original Mercury 7 astronauts in 1959. Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth in 1962, and he did it 3 times. He would also become the oldest person in space when he flew on the STS-95 Discovery at 77 years old. Glenn served as a Democratic senator from Ohio from 1974 to 1999. He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2012.
Now, here's your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Livia.
Well, we're still seeing some showers and storms come through the Mid-Ohio Valley this afternoon, and we still have plenty more to come, at least for this weekend. We are under first alert weather days for the rest of the evening tonight, as well as Saturday and Sunday, for that same reason we have been talking about all week, that increased flooding threat. We are still under a flood watch through about 2 a.m. this evening, overnight tonight, but that could be extended through Saturday, possibly even as far as Sunday. Right now, we are still looking at a pretty heavy downpour getting into the Parkersburg, Vienna area right now, passing over just north of Belpre at the moment, with another shower and possible heavier downpour coming towards Athens right now. Throughout the rest of the evening, we'll see showers and storms throughout the night. A couple light showers possible in the early morning hours of Saturday, but we should still stay pretty close to drier conditions throughout most of Saturday morning. We're looking at Saturday afternoon to evening for that next round of storms with some pretty heavy downpours coming through. Saturday has the highest chance right now of those heavy downpours, but Sunday, things are starting to back off, at least some of the latest model runs for both the long range and the graph model here have been backing off on some of that rain for Sunday. But regardless, we are still under a slight flash flood threat for both tonight as well as tomorrow and Sunday. Even though we have seen some of those backing off, they have been going back and forth for the last several days. So we're keeping it on here just to be on the safe side. But the good news is we're looking at some possible decreasing rain chances heading into next week, and especially those decreasing flood chances, at least for right now. This weekend, temperatures will get back up into the mid-80s with those showers and storms coming through, both in the afternoons primarily, and then a bit of a decrease in chances on Monday, maybe giving us a little bit of a break. Right now, looking out over the Jan Dills Skycam, it's raining. 79 degrees looking out right now. Still feels like 82, but with some of this rain that's coming through, we'll expect to see this number drop in the coming hours. We're about as warm as it's going to be throughout the region this afternoon, so this evening we'll see temperatures get into the low 70s, upper 60s with that stray shower, and it's going to stay pretty humid once again. Tomorrow, a few degrees warmer than today, 85 degrees, with again afternoon to evening, possibly even overnight showers and storms, and that flood threat will still remain. The humidity will stay in that muggy to very humid category throughout most of the weekend, but a cold front is expected to come through between Sunday and Monday, which will drop us into some drier conditions heading into next week. So there is a little bit of a glimmer of hope at some nicer conditions, at least for Monday, but the drawback is temperatures come right back up heading into mid to late next week. That'll do it for weather. Back to you, Phyllis.
Thank you, Jason. Still ahead, we'll take you to Mullins Elementary in southern West Virginia, where the Mountaineer made a special visit